Hey guys, my name is Devontae and I sacrificed my time so you don't have to. Alright, so I'm gonna come right out and say it. WWE 2K19 is one of the best wrestling games of all time. I always find myself coming back to this game and I fucking love it. Now you may be saying to yourself, Devontae, no, that's not true. I disagree with you. Calm down, Shirley Temple. We're not in the same body, okay? We don't share the same head. The only time we share the same head is when you go out and I sneak into your house and your wife happens to be there. It's okay if we disagree, but it's okay because your disagreement happens to be an opinion and my agreement happens to be fat. So get the fuck over it, you motherfucking... Glad we got that out of our systems. I feel as if I should probably come out with a WWE 2K19 guide. You know, not even a 2K19 guide, just a universe guide in general. Just show you guys how to book, what to do, what not to do, how to actually go down and have fun with universe mode and making it your own personal sandbox. Cause I see a lot of people who play universe mode and they say to themselves, oh, this shit is so boring. I don't like having fun with universe mode. How can anybody enjoy it? I like to let the AI book everything and I get bored with it super fast. That's why it's boring, because I'm a lazy fuck, and even within virtual space I can't take the time to be creative enough to do things on my fucking own. That's okay, because I got you back. I'm gonna help you out. But with that being said, we will talk about that later. Okay, let's talk about Smackdown for tonight. What we got on the tab with internet, show you right. We got Pretty Deadly versus the Brawling Brutes, as if I give a fuck. Although I think it has more to do with Elton John coming back, right? Wait, is that his name, Elton John? Elton Prince. Yeah, it has nothing to do with Elton John coming back. We have a special appearance from Triple H, which is kind of noteworthy because it doesn't say that he's going to make an announcement. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an announcement. I mean, I don't see Triple H coming out to the ring and just standing menacingly, looking around the arena with his fat ass nose up in the air. Trust me, I can say that. I have a big ass nose too. Saying, ugh, you guys are a fantastic crowd. Ugh, I love you guys. Ugh. The WWE Universe, ugh. I have testicular cancer from all the steroids I've done, ugh. That's the reason why my wife doesn't love me anymore, ugh. There's a reason why we're getting a divorce. Okay, I'm getting way too deep into this right now. Very dark shit. We have John Cena showing up again, and for the main event, most likely the opener, but it might be the main event, fucking with WWE. Roman Reigns is making his return to WWE tonight. I can't wait to see what he's gonna say. It's gonna be so awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. So with that being said, and then I want to get through with this show so I can get back to my motherfucking universe mode, because as I said, I'm having a goddamn blast right now. So with that being said, pause. No, don't pause. I'm pausing. You don't pause. You continue watching. And let's go! You know, I see stuff like this, and I'm not gonna lie. I see stuff like this, and it's such a reminder as to why, and it's not just trying to, you know, repeat what the people backstage were saying earlier this week when referring to Tony Khan and his company. It's not even repeating. It's literally a reminder why AEW will never be in the same vein as WWE. Because even though they have Edge and Christian right now, which I do feel currently is the hottest storyline in professional wrestling, at least for me, I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, Edge and Christian is the hottest storyline in professional wrestling currently at the moment. But you look at something like this with Roman Reigns and LA Knight and John Cena all just happen to be in the ring. You know what? Take all that back for a second. Let's just look specifically at just LA Knight and Roman Reigns, bruh. And it's such a stark, I would even say a stark departure. It's something that AEW just doesn't have. They don't, because I'm trying to choose my words wisely, because I don't want it to come back to bite me in the ass in a weird way when talking to people in the comment section. I don't want to say they don't know how to convey star power. I don't feel it's even just that. The dramatics, the pomp and circumstances, all of that goes within presenting somebody or presenting an angle, AEW lacks. It lacks the knowledge of knowing how to do. Does that make any sense? Like, it's like watching a movie, bruh. Or, you know, I won't even say a movie. Let's take that out of the equation. It's like watching a musical act, right? There's a big difference with seeing a performance where you have a really, really dope ass band or a dope artist going out there on stage and they're playing some really, really good songs. And then there's a difference between that versus going to a stadium and playing those same songs. You know what I'm trying to say? That's the big difference between AEW and WWE. The pomp and circumstances are just so vastly different. You had John Cena in the middle of the ring, get ready to talk, and then Roman Reigns came out. I didn't really see what Cena was saying because I missed like the first 2 minutes of the opener. I actually came in to Smackdown when Roman was coming out, like right at the beginning of his entrance. He comes out, he does so acknowledge me gimmick and whatnot. He starts to go back and forth with John Cena on the microphone, making note of the fact that he's the longest reigning champion, which, by the way, I do find it funny. Now, granted, I will say that Roman Reigns, his reign is about as long as a criminal who just committed double homicide up in California. I'll give him props on that. But what I can't give him props on, which kind of, I don't know, call me crazy. I mean, I'm kind of stupid right now, but that kind of takes away from the effect of what I just previously said. But bear with me when I say this, okay? Like, it's kind of easy to defend your title or have the title for so many days upon years upon months upon all this time when you're not really there to defend it. I mean, I feel like I'm probably just parodying what everybody else is saying, but you know, they come out and they say these kind of things like, oh, you know, 1,128 or 38 days. It's like, yeah, dude, totally. I can have the reign for as long as you have, but I don't defend my titles also, right? Well, if I'm hardly ever there, but you know, it is what it is. Taking the context, all the 3 years, yeah, okay, whatever. Regardless, so he goes back and forth on the microphone with John Cena, and he makes note of this fact, and he's like, what makes you think that you can challenge me for the World Championship? He didn't say that, but I'm not speaking verbatim, but essentially that's what he said. And John Cena was like, oh, you know what? I don't want a championship match against you. I don't even want to challenge you. I'm here to acknowledge you, okay? I'm backing away. Although I do have a guy who has earned it because he said that he didn't earn it. It's this guy right here. LA Knight comes out. Big pop. Awesome. You know, the crowd is playing along, you know, the LA Knight, yeah. And then they hit me again with LA Knight. Although I like him a lot and his star power is there and it's so cool and it's so awesome to see someone just be so engaging and have the crowd in the palm of their hands. All that's awesome, but it is noteworthy to say that, goddamn, man, the Rock and Austin mannerisms is so off the charts, man. And I noticed it here, you know, with the yeah and the crowd going after each yeah. It's totally like, I don't want to say a ripoff, but it does kind of feel like he's copying Stone Cold Steve Austin to a certain degree with the whole what stuff. And then the mannerisms with how he's walking and taking off the glasses, and the manner is so Rock-esque. I mean, if you're going to copy off of somebody, I mean, why not copy off two of the biggest draws in professional wrestling history? I get it, but it does kind of take away a little tiny bit from the authenticity. You know what I mean? It can't just be me who thinks that. I love LA Knight. I think he's awesome. It does. I don't know. I look at LA Knight, and it's kind of like playing Universe mode, and you're doing a league, and you're playing with a bunch of, you know, CAWs from Community Creations. It's a bit different between playing with Community Creations. They may be creative superstars, but they're not really your creations, versus playing with your creations. You know, you're doing a league with your CAWs. That's what I'm trying to say. You're not playing with the real superstars, so it's not completely, you know, inauthentic, but you're not really playing with your CAW. It's a CAW, but it's not your CAW. Nevertheless, though, you know, he shows up, Roman Reigns lets him know, like, hey, I'm the guy who's going to challenge you for that championship belt. He didn't say that, really, but you get what I'm trying to say. Essentially, it's along those lines. He kind of intimidates Roman to a certain degree. Jimmy Uso tried to come out and attack him. He threw him outside the ring, and he's like, I want you. Doesn't matter if it's you. Doesn't matter if it's you. I'll take you all on. Let's go right now. And then Roman dips out of the ring along with Solo Sikoa, and he told Solo Sikoa to go handle him. He gets in the ring, well, not really, like on the ring apron. He tells LA Knight that he wants a match with him tonight. And that's pretty much what we have set up for tonight. It's going to be LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa. Should be a pretty decent match for the most part. I mean, it should be an awesome match. It should be a fantastic match. I got to pander to some of the WWE fans, because if I don't, then I lose subscribers, right? That's how that usually works, right? We got a lot of sickos in the audience tonight, so trust me. Play along with it for a second, okay? Again, all that's awesome, all that's great, but again, it's just so noteworthy to look at all of this, and then I just think about AEW, and it's just like, damn, bro, this is what you guys are lacking so hard. You don't have this. You don't have that. Like this right here, what LA Knight and Roman Reigns just conveyed in the middle of the ring, that's what they're missing right now. I can't be the only one that notices that, right? And then you have AEW fans who want to get upset when you acknowledge these kind of things, no pun intended. But it's there, it's glaring right in your face, and it's so hard to ignore. It should be a dope match, and it looks like they're probably going to push for Roman Reigns versus LA Knight at the next Saudi show. It is what it is. I probably would have preferred AJ Styles because I don't really want LA Knight to get beat so fast like this when he's on the uprise, on the uptick, but that's fine. I look at it kind of similar to John Cena versus Brock Lesnar in 2003. He got a shot at the World Championship. He lost. He was the hottest thing currently at the moment. And he sooner or later on that following year went on to win the United States Championship while having a little bit of a rise, and eventually he got the WWE Championship for real 2 years later. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I would still prefer AJ Styles, but at the same time, it should be fine. It's just nothing more just to kind of test what LA Knight can do, and it's going to be at the Saudi show, and it is what it is. It's like a glorified house show in the end of the day anyways, with a bigger audience. But with that being said, let's continue on with Smackdown. I just thought that was very glaring how different as far as presentation is considered and comparison to SmackDown and AEW, or WWE and AEW in general. Look at that. Oh wow, Jason Jordan appears out of nowhere. Before I talk about Carlito and the segment between him and Bobby Lashley, let's talk about what do they call themselves again? The Dancing Queens. I don't know what they call it. What the hell do they call them? Oh yeah, Pretty Deadly. Actually, I think Dancing Queens actually be a pretty good name. Oh, they probably get sued. Yeah, they probably get sued. Don't get sued, WWE. If you're listening to me, if you're listening to me, don't listen to me. Okay, if you like your company, if you like your money, if you like your paychecks, if you like your way of life, do not listen to me. I will get you sued in a heartbeat. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't listen to me. Okay, I'm black also, so you definitely shouldn't listen to me. But nah, okay, Pretty Deadly and the Brawling Brutes. The match in itself, I don't give a shit about, because wrestling nowadays, that's all we get. Wrestling nowadays. Today, yesterday, now, a days. That's what it means nowadays. Look at the definition, dumb motherfucker. But no, the tag team match was whatever. What I did like though was the finish. The finish was actually pretty damn good. You had Elton John, and he's like on the ring apron, and then you have his boyfriend out there, and he's checking on her because it looks like Ridge Holland just pulled another botch. It looks like he just pulled another Big E. He's holding his head. He's like, God damn it, damn, I just fucked up. Damn, Daniel. I'm like, yeah. Damn, Daniel, you dumb fuck. You just fucked up again. What'd you break this time, huh? Guy, I'm gonna start calling you fucking, what's that, Ridge Holland? Your name's gonna be Ridge Jax or Nia Holland, you clumsy fuckhead. But nah, it was all a ploy. He didn't fuck up anything on Elton John. Elton John was feigning it the entire time. He's like, if I'm gonna look like a gayer version of Shawn Michaels, and I'm gonna steal from his playbook, and I'm gonna pretend that I'm hurt, but in reality, I'm not hurt. And then he ended up like, his boyfriend ended up kicking him in the face, and then he ended up hitting a roll up on him, and that was the finish. And they both skipped away all gaily and happy, and they're dancing queens, spreading cheeks. Oh, they're so damn mean. Gotta give them props, man. And then they went to the back, and that was the end of the segment right there. I like Pretty Deadly though. They're pretty cool. I still wish they were called Dancing Queens, but that's okay. Again, I don't want to get you guys sued. I'll start calling them Pretty Deadly too, because I might get sued. I won't. That's not how the legal system works, dumb motherfucker. I told y'all guys, stop listening to me. And then we get Carlito versus Bobby Lashley, or Carlito having a Bobby Lashley versus moment, and they're backstage, and Carlito's like, I spit in the face of people who think I'm Razor Ramon. And then Bobby Lashley walks up and he's like, hey, I remember you back in 2005. We were both young and I've broken down and spreading herpes everywhere. I definitely remember you. You're Carlito Caribbean Cool, right? You're the guy who let another man try to murder another guy. You just got out of prison, right? Oh, you never went to prison for that? Conspiracy to murder? Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. It's wrestling. None of that shit fucking matters. So, yeah, they went back and forth, and Carlito was like, hey, this is not like back in the days when I was a jobber and you were beating the shit out of me every week. As a matter of fact, it was under those times because we're making shit up, because in 2005 and 2006, I was on fucking Raw when you were on fucking Smackdown, but that's okay. That's okay. Logic does not prevail when talking about WWE. Regardless, though, he was just playing it up, and the Street Profits ended up attacking him with a steel chair. Pretty brutal beatdown. Look like Bobby Lashley is gonna, commit to actually pulling off what Carlito did and then go to jail for and murder the son of a bitch. But then you had a wild Jason Jordan appearing. Yet I said it again. And then he started, oh look, they're back on air right now, and they're showing Carlito being cool, being knocked out. How does it feel being attempted to be murdered? And then you have Bayley right there. Hey, aren't you Latino too, Bayley? Or Latina? There's a O, right? There's an A. I'll just be progressive and use an X. You don't give a shit anyways. You're probably progressive also. You see your hair. Hey, you should probably join Rey Mysterio and the rest of his crew, right? Oh wait, no, you don't speak Spanish, even though you're Spanish. You're a disgrace to your race. Sucks to be you, Bayley. Dumbass bitch. Alright, folks, let's continue on. I'm done firing up these fucking ass wrestlers. Who's in my gonna want to mean those that have been doing not again who would have me? Like, dude, shut up. I hate their theme song so much. Why does he have to sound like a fucking Sims character? God, I hate Smackdown. I hate this show. I hate it. No, I love this show. I'm joking around, guys. I love you guys too. Didn't I tell you that already? I'm your parents. I would never lie to you. Kinda, maybe. Depends how ugly you are. Alright, so let's continue on with what the fuck I was talking about early on. What was I talking about early on? Oh wait, no, this is a new 7, right? I gotta keep up with myself, bro. What the fuck am I doing nowadays, bro? I need to get fired from my job. I'm clearly a terrible leader. Why do you guys listen to me? Jimmy Uso, so he was backstage and he was talking to Roman Reigns and he was like, yo man, you know, I had to do what I had to do, I had to call an audible, bruh. You ain't see what I was doing, I was calling audible, bruh. And Roman Reigns is like, nah, bro, you can't be doing that. What, you trying to say you're the quarterback? That I'm second string, that you're first string? And Jimmy's like, yeah, I'm just trying to say, bruh, I'm trying to, you wanna see what I'm saying, bruh, I got on that car, bruh. And Roman's like, okay. So what would you do if you were the quarterback, Dell? Well, I mean, I might be Dell Gribble, but at the same time, I'm just saying, I bring back Jay. I'm stupid as fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm just bring back Jay, And Roman's like, what? Nah, that's not happening, stupid ass nigga. Did you just see what happened at SummerSlam? I was there. You were there. As a matter of fact, weren't you trying to stop him because he was trying to... Wait, no, none of that happened. I'm sorry. Again, I'm using logic within WWE. I gotta stop doing that. He essentially told Jey Uso to go take care of it. What is it? I don't know what it is. What is it? What's it? You want it now, but you can't have it. Oh, sorry. Okay, you guys know that. Okay, sorry. Continuing on. Then we had Bayley, and she was like checking on Carlito. Well, she wasn't checking on him. She was looking at him or some shit. I don't know. Did I talk about this already? Let's get to the fucking match. By the way, Bayley, is it just me or is she getting fatter? Like, not fatter as in like her ass or like, you know, fat as in PH because you guys in the 90s are fucking lame as fuck. No, I mean like fat as in F-A-T. Like, she has a little bit of the churros. Like, she has a little bit of the chinchilla coming out of her, like her side region, right? She's a bit of a gordo, if you ask me, right? Fat ass. Why are you getting fat for, Bayley? It's probably because you don't give a fuck. Because you know you probably going to job to everybody besides losers like Zelina Vega, which, by the way, she ended up beating it before Charles Flair brought his ugly ass out here and he chased her off. I'm like, look at you, Charles. Why are you fighting women for it, Charles? You should be fighting the men, Charles, because you're not really a girl, Charles. I mean, seriously, what the hell was he wearing tonight, bro? Look at that shit, looking like 101 Dalmatians. Cruella DeVille looking head ass, little boy. The fuck is Charles wearing? He look like he smells, bro. He look like he smell like afterbirth, bro. You look like afterbirth. He looks like he smells like the end, like the little foreskin on the end of your penis when you're not Jewish and you decide to keep your skin because you're fucking normal. All that, he looks like he smells like foreskin. Don't do that to yourself, Charles. And stop holding back Bayley. If you stop holding back Bayley, then maybe she could stop getting fat and actually giving a shit for a change. But keep the ass though, Bayley. Don't turn into a Tony Storm, even though she's getting her ass back. Am I still talking? Triple H is coming out. Let's see what the King of Kings is about to say to us. Let's see what he has to say. Hopefully it's important. Hopefully it's not a Cody Rhodes from NXT. I'm still talking. I need to stop doing that right now. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Damn, Jimmy. You that much of a fuck up? Roman gave you a job. I mean, I don't know what that job was, but you should know. I mean, you trying to be the right-hand man right now. Jay would have knew the job. And then when he dismisses you out the room, you gonna walk on the man's couch, and you know, I'm just saying, Jimmy, goddamn, one job, man, God. See, you can't hire Simone to do a nigga's job, bro. I'm just saying, stupid ass, man, God, fathead ass nigga, God, man, bro, goddamn, drinking water on the couch. All right, let's talk about Triple H's special announcement, though. All right, so he comes out to the ring, and he makes a damning announcement. Such a huge, now shut the fuck up, phone. Such a huge announcement. You know what he said? You know what he said? We have a new GM. Because the brand split, we have to pretend like it means something. We'll pretend. Come on, guys, pretend. We're all playing kayfabe right now, right? Let's kayfabe this whole draft situation. We're gonna pretend that Dominic Mysterio, a guy who's actually on Raw, happens to be on SmackDown. Right? We're just gonna pretend this doesn't exist. Let's just spit in everybody's face. Let's spit in everybody's face like Triple H spat in all our faces when he made the joke that, hey, they're not pumping in crowd noises for Dominic. He actually went there. He did that, by the way. You think I'm joking? He actually said, wow, you hear the booing noises, Dominic Mysterio? Because for some reason you're out here when we're trying to talk about the draft and GMs, and for some reason you're here on SmackDown when you're a Raw superstar. Do you hear the crowd is piped in? It's not piped in. It's not. You see, ha jokes. You see how it's the internet. It's the ha big internet. Ha. We get it, Triple H. We understand. We get it. You read Twitter because you have no fucking life. Don't turn into Tony Khan, boy. But yeah, he makes a special announcement that Dominic Mysterio kept interrupting. Mr. Adam Pearce, or as I like to call him, you know, the heroin version of Good Mike Work. Actually, I guess Good Mike Work would be the heroin addict version of him because, you know, he's a scrawny, goatee wearing shithead. But that's okay. I love you, Good Mike Work. Even though you blocked me on YouTube, it's okay. That's okay. Get into what I'm saying, though. Triple H announces that Nick Aldis is now going to be SmackDown's new GM, and Adam Pearce just got promoted from being whatever the fuck he was beforehand to now being GM of Raw. Healthy competition, says Nick Aldis. Also, the insulting of our intelligence. They did it twice. They did it once by pretending none of us know who the fuck Nick Aldis is. Seriously, the dude's been on TNA for like fucking ever. He's been on NWA. You see him talking shit online sometimes. How do we not know what Nick Aldis is? I mean, unless you're an Indian or you're somewhere living under a rock, or, you know, I mean, I guess that's what an Indian is afterwards anyways, right? I mean, there they go, and their cousins are over there bombing Israel. You know, stop, Devontae, stop, don't go there. This is why you get kicked off of YouTube. Don't do that. Okay, I won't do it. I'm schizophrenic. I'm talking to myself right now. And then he announces another thing, insulting our intelligence. Kevin Owens is back on SmackDown after leaving Raw. First being on SmackDown when he left Raw, and then he was on SmackDown again. I mean, this guy's been traded more times than the Big Show. Actually, he has more turns than fucking Big Show also. Is Kevin Owens a new Big Show? I'm just, okay, don't go there, Devontae. Again, you're being an asshole right now. You love Kevin Owens. I mean, even though you hate him, you love him. You know, I hate him. Seriously, I do. But that's a special announcement. Nick Aldis is a part of SmackDown. He's the GM. Adam Pearce is not going to be on Raw. He's the GM. Kevin Owens is no longer teaming up with Sami Zayn, which pissed off everybody because there goes your Cody Rhodes dream, huh? No more Cody versus Roman. Hey, look, it's Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, and they have two. What are those belts? I've never seen those belts before. Oh, no, they're the Women's Tag Team Championship belts. The most unknown titles in wrestling history. That's fine. I love how she look. Man, they both look. Huh. I know a girl who looks like Piper Niven. Don't go there. I was gonna make another joke. I can't say my extreme jokes like I really want to say them. Let me get the dolphin stuff. Ew, Charles Flair. All right, let's get back to the show. I gotta say it again, man. This is why AEW and WWE are so far apart. And dare I say, WWE is all the way up here while AEW is all the way down here. It's all in the presentation. 2 segments in a row, they prove this point. 3 segments altogether, 2 segments back to back. You got Jade Cargill facing off with Charlotte Flair, meeting up with her face-to-face for the first time. By the way, I got that uploaded on my short list if you guys want to check it out. Don't be afraid. There's a rumor going around if you actually check out some of my shorts, you grow some hair on your balls. Don't be afraid. Go check it out. You can hit puberty early. Regardless, though, you had Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair. Look how much of a star Jade Cargill is presented as compared to her time in AEW. She just exudes it, man. It's like she was made for WWE. I hope they realize, I mean, I know they're not doing much with Wardlow or anything like that, but if Wardlow's contract goes up, man, I'm just saying, man, you see what they're doing with Jade Cargill. I can only imagine what they do with Wardlow, especially if he was on NXT first. Regardless, though, that was a cool little meetup. Again, check it out on my short. Grow some hair on your balls. And then we actually got another meetup. So you got this tag team match with Jade Cargill with Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso taking on Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Which, by the way, just a little quick reminder: Austin Theory, former United States champion, beat John Cena to retain their United States Championship at WrestleMania, was barely 6 months ago. Yeah, within the same calendar year. Wouldn't believe it if I told you, did I? They ended up jobbing to Jay and Cody, which, by the way, switched that damn finish title. They call it the Cody 1D. These nuts in your mouth. What the fuck is wrong with you, stupid ass bitches? Regardless, so they retained their championship belts. And as they're walking up the aisle, guess who they meet up with? Guess who they see? Roman Reigns Jey Uso, no, Jimmy's over here. Jay's the other one. They're twins, but I got them switched. Okay, wait, no. Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso. No, start it back over. Roman's the main event. He gets said last. Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman, and guess who? Roman Reigns. Oh yeah, and by the way, Charlotte and Io Sky are fighting for the women's championship next week. I know, who gives a fuck. Yo, holy shit though. That's how it's done. That eye contact, the face off. Oh my god, it was so strict, and so much machismo. There we go. That's what I want to see, man. You got Jay and Jimmy staring at each other. You got Roman and Cody staring at each other. At first, you had Cody and Jay staring at Jimmy and Solo, so it kind of tells you that they're most likely going to have a tag team title match going up. I don't know, because they did mention the Judgment Day also. God, I don't want to see any more Judgment Day and Cody Rhodes matches, though. I hope they do like Jay and Cody versus Jimmy and Solo Sikoa. That match could probably happen at the Saudi show, and I hope it does, because I actually don't want to see that at Survivor Series also, because there are bigger fish to fry, probably War Games, which I kind of thought Triple H was going to announce tonight, to be honest with you, especially when he made reference to Survivor Series early on in his promo. But yeah, good shit, man. The tag team match was nothing to really brag about or care for, but those 2 segments back to back, showing off the presentation and the pomp and circumstances. I'm repeating myself again. Why can't I find better words? It's because I'm a daycare dropout myself. It's because I inhale water through my nose when I actually go swimming because it's fun. I gotta stop repeating words. What the hell is wrong with me? I'm so autistic. With that being said, let's get to the main event. LA Knight, yeah, it's out there right now. He's about to go up against Solo Sikoa. Let's continue on. Okay, so hear me out real quick for a second, because I have a couple things that I was thinking about while watching this match. And, okay, so check it out. LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa. First off, this match felt so old school. Now, I guess it depends what you mean by old school, too, because, I mean, for me, I guess I'd consider it retro, because old school for me is going to be completely different for old school for you guys. When I think old school, for me, old school is ancient for you guys. I say old school, I think of Hogan, I think of Savage. That's what I think of when I think of old school. You know, I go to the NWA, I think of the Road Warriors, think of Ric Flair. Retro, for me, it's like John Cena and Batista and Shawn Michaels and Jericho and Orton and Edge and all those guys back in like the Ruthless Aggression era. That's retro for me, although you guys may consider that old school. They wrestled such like a mid-2000s type of match. It's kind of hard to explain. This is the kind of match that you will see happen on Raw back in like 2007 or something. I couldn't be the only one who's seen this, right? And it makes matters even, worse, because it's like Solo Sikoa wrestles just like Umaga. And, LA Knight reminds me so much of Mr. Kennedy to a lesser degree also. I mean, he reminds me of Austin and Rock, but there's a little bit of it that kind of reminds me of Mr. Kennedy also. It just felt like such a 2007 Raw main event type of match. And LA Knight ended up getting the win because Jimmy Uso tried to get involved. He tried to hit him with like a hip corner thrust or whatever they call it. And John Cena interfered and hit him with the AA. And it distracted John Cena long enough that he got hit with a Samoan spike from Solo Sikoa, which distracted him, and he got hit with the BFT. After the match, Roman Reigns came out, and then he ended up spearing LA Knight, which we all seen coming for the most part, but it's okay. That's how they're going to set up and push for Saudi Arabia. But that's what I want to talk about really, really quick. LA Knight's not going to beat Roman Reigns. We all know that, right? Like, let's just come to that conclusion first, because you got people and fans who are so weird and ignorant. Like, I've seen a lot of people who were confused as to why Shinsuke Nakamura lost to Seth Rollins last week. And it's just weird, because it's like, how long have you been a wrestling fan for? Did you really think Shinsuke Nakamura was going to be Seth Rollins? I thought that was like a foregone conclusion that Seth Rollins was going to retain the championship in the last man standing match. And there were a lot of fans who were like, oh, I didn't see this coming. Oh, what a shitty booking idea. Like, what? Like, are we living on planet Earth? Like, how did you not expect that to be the finish? And something tells me you got people who are going to probably look at LA Knight and say, oh, he's super over. He's super duper over. And he is super duper over. And their conclusion is, well, because he's so over, he has to drop the belt to Roman. He's more over than Roman right now at the moment. Nah, bro, that's not going to happen. He's not going to drop the belt to LA Knight. And it makes you wonder. I talked about this earlier on in the video about him, going down the John Cena, Brock Lesnar 03 route. But, the more and more I think about it, it's like, goddamn, but it's a little bit different. John Cena at that time in 2003 was like fucking 15 years younger than LA Knight right now. Actually, yeah, no, about 15 years younger than LA Knight. Legit. You know, LA Knight, if he was a teenage dad, kind of like your dad, you know, he could have given birth to that John Cena at the time, and they would have been that further apart. You know what I'm trying to say? He could give birth to that John Cena now at his age, when you think about it. I mean, again, granted, you know, if you were a dad in Baltimore, that probably be more a little bit feasible, but you get what I'm saying, though. Should we be having this match right now? Should you be going out of your way to kind of use him as a way to further Roman's status? Now, don't get it twisted. I know that it'd be a big match in Saudi Arabia because, again, LA Knight is really over right now. But are you willing to sacrifice that momentum that LA Knight has built up for himself just to put him in this position? It's kind of a conundrum. It's like, yeah, obviously one will say that he's super duper over, put him in that position. But, like, would you ruin his momentum that way? It's such a weird conundrum for me. This is not just John Cena and Brock Lesnar. You can talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin in '97 when he took on, The Undertaker, for an example, for the World Championship at Cold Day in Hell. Or if you want to talk about him being in the Fatal 4 match at Final 4 in '97. That's one way you can look at it also. You know, there are different scenarios where it was like superstars were put in this position. But I don't know, man. I just feel like maybe this isn't the time to do LA Knight and Roman Reigns. I can get why you would want to do it. It's not that it doesn't make any sense. It's just a vibe that I'm feeling that it's like maybe it's not the time to do it. But then at the same time, it's like you're going to do AJ and Roman at Survivor Series. I would only presume, right? If they're going to do that, like go the Owen Hart, Shawn Michaels route. Speaking of '97, go the Owen Hart and Shawn Michaels route. You know, like when Shawn beat Ken Shamrock, and then you had Owen Hart, and he was doing this whole Black Heart gimmick, and like every time he get the opportunity, he would beat the shit out of Shawn Michaels because, you know, Shawn obviously screwed over Bret. You can do the same thing with AJ Styles. You know, after Roman beats LA Knight, you can have AJ Styles come out directly after the match and just starts beating the shit out of Roman Reigns, and have like the security guards holding back AJ, and AJ can be like, I'm coming for you, I'm coming for your family, I'm gonna beat the shit out of your whole entire family, while the security guard is holding him back. And then every week you can have AJ Styles, he could come through the crowd dressing in normal clothes, getting in the ring, doing an interview with Michael Cole. You know, I'm not gonna stop at nothing until I take out Roman Reigns. And like every opportunity he gets, he just sneaks in and he just beats the shit out of Roman Reigns. Again, it's all Owen Hart rehash stuff from late '97, early '98. But I think it will work with AJ Styles. And maybe I'm jumping a little bit too ahead of myself because we still have to get past LA Knight and Roman Reigns. It's just that it's such a foregone conclusion with LA Knight that I kind of want to just get it over with. And, you know, it kind of sucks to say that because I like LA Knight a lot. But again, it's just one of those deals where it's like once you hit that point and you're going to be put in this position, we know what's going to happen. Let's just get it over with. But with that being said, though, SmackDown tonight was an enjoyable show. I wouldn't say it was like super duper awesome, but a lot of stories did get pushed. It just has a different aura whenever Roman Reigns is around. I'm sorry, it just does. It makes every show feel so much bigger than it has any right to feel when Roman's on the show. Triple H did show up. That was awesome, even though his announcements were lame as fuck. It is surprising and weird to see Nick Aldis. I did hear news that Nick was going to be on the show. I didn't think this was going to be his spot. Actually, I forgot that he was going to be on the show until I seen him on the show. Then I remember the reports earlier today. But yeah, SmackDown overall probably gave it like a very, very high C, maybe a low B. It was good. It got me through the night. Got me a good review. So let me hear your thoughts down below as far as how you felt about SmackDown. How do you feel about Nick Aldis? How do you feel about Kevin Owens taking his 1,000th time around the sun, coming right back to SmackDown again? How do you feel about, more importantly, Roman Reigns and, you know, LA Knights? Do you feel that this is the position LA Knight should be in right now? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, my name is Millennial Schmark. Wait, no, Juju, don't do it. No.